So let's start our seminar for today. Okay, guys. So jump, let's start. Okay, for today, I'm gonna cover two parts. Okay, so for the first 1 hour each like that, we're gonna cover the Form 5 Chapter 1, which is the simpler version of today. So guys, if you are here, you probably already know this, but just take it as a revision, like a recap. So what we are going to do, we are going to do the wheelbarrow question, which is this guy tolak the wheelbarrow forward. Okay, guys, let me start with this. Now, if you study Form 5 Chapter 1 uh, at home, all right, or with some latihan, you realize that Form 5 Chapter 1 punya type of question, the type of question is usually they like to ask something what we call as the lawnmower. They like to ask lawnmower. Okay, but this is the old generation of the question. Nowadays, they ask something new, which is going to be the wheelbarrow question, which is the new type of soalan. So we have the older type of question versus the newer type of question, which is the lawnmower versus wheelbarrow. Today, we will focus on the wheelbarrow because that is supposed to be more challenging and difficult lah. Okay, Ken, all right. So, okay, guys, let's start. Let's warm up a bit. Okay, so biasanya in Form 5 Chapter 1, there are two types of knowledge that you need to master. Okay, you have to be very good at this thing first. Okay, the first knowledge being, do you know how to take one force and split it into two forces? Which is the easier one. The difficult one is, do you know how to take two forces and combine them to become one force? Okay, so as you can see here, we have a difference. One become two, the other one is two become one. One become two, the past two, there's two become one. Okay, so if you go from one forces to two forces, what are the things that usually they will ask you? What do you need to do here? Okay, so guys, everybody check this out. Okay, maybe they'll ask you, imagine if this is a force of 20 Newton, if the top angle, okay guys, I purposely give you a top angle because top angle not so common. Okay, so now they want you to find out what is the Fy and what is the Fx. So guys, can you recall and know how to find what is your Fy and what is your Fx kalau I want you to change one force, split it into two forces. Do you know how to do this? Okay, so then now we think about it. Okay. So the strategy is like this. Okay, for JUNGHAO punya style. Okay, my style is very simple. We call this versus the touch and the no touch. Okay. Now, guys, for the touching one, if it's a touching angle, this is going to be called adjacent. And if it's adjacent, usually we use cos. Okay. So we try to look at the line, which is the touching line, which is the non-touching line. So if you look at this 60-degree, this vertical line, this is categorized under the touching line. Okay. So if it's the touching line, so your Fy here is actually equals to 20 cos 60. If you want to ask me why touching line is cos, because adjacent cos saw CAH cos is adjacent or hypotenuse. That's why it's cos. Okay, because that is the touching line. Okay, if you look at this horizontal line, this is not touching the angle. So if it's not touching the angle, we will call it as the opposite line because it is located on the other side. If it is the opposite line, then we are going to call this the sine line. So my Fx is also equals to 20 sine 60. So we have 20 cos 60 one side, we have 20 sine 60 on the other side. So therefore, this is from one force. We will split them into two forces. Okay. So to find 20 cos 60 and 20 sine 60, I think most of you should be able to do this. Correct or not? From one force to two force. Okay, very good. Now, let's talk about the second type of question. I think this second one, more people don't know how to do. Okay, if you are given two forces, how can you make it into one force? Okay, imagine that now this object, horizontally, you are going to have 25 Newton. Okay, horizontally. And then after that, vertically, you are going to have a force of 18 Newton. So guys, according to common sense, where will this object go? So according to my common sense, the object will actually go here. This is called your resultant force, the top right corner, right? Okay. So now how can we find this F? Okay, you can, if you want to, you can. Draw the triangle. Okay, but then guys, I ask you a question now. Wait, my triangle here, will the arrow turn in a circle? Will the arrow pusing satu circle? The answer is no, because this is not equilibrium in forces. No. So it will not turn in a circle. Okay, so meaning to say, okay, see, if I draw the 25 Newton, guys, check this out first. Okay, 25 Newton. And if I just draw the 18 Newton of force, you will realize this F is going to go to the top corner this way. Okay, so you see the arrow no pushing one, because why? Because this is not equilibrium. If it's balanced forces, if the force is balanced, the object is not moving, then your arrow will turn in a circle. Okay, can, all right. Okay, so now F 25, 18. I want to find what is F. So guys, this is what do you call this? The Pythagoras theorem, right? So how are we going to do the Pythagoras theorem? So we take 25 square plus 18 square root equals, then you tekan your calculator lah, guys. You don't have calculator, meh? Okay, so we have 30.806 Newton. Okay, am I right now, guys? 30.806. Okay, so this is two force become one force. But guys, unfortunately, this is not the end yet. Not the end yet. Okay, why? Why this is not the end yet? Because sometimes for the one force, they will even call you to find what is the direction of the force. Where is the force going towards? Which direction? Okay, so guys, how can we say the direction of a force? Usually, how do we jawab this kind of soalan? So what are we gonna say? Are we gonna say things like it is a right top corner, it is a left top corner? How do we usually say the direction? North, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. Are you serious? Yeah lah. Usually when we write this, we have to write the angle. No, you cannot tell me left, top, left, right, up, down, left, right. Cannot. You have to tell me the exact angle above the horizontal, or what, below the horizontal macam tu. Okay, can, all right? Yeah, okay. So now we have to find this angle. Okay, can I give you 1 minute? Guys, can you try using your mathematics, find this angle? By using your mathematics, can you find what is that angle? Okay, so how do we usually find this? Okay, we have to use something what we call the tangent theta. Okay, now I'm glad that most of you know how to do this. Okay, which I think it's what 35.75. So we will use opposite over adjacent, 18 over 25. So we're going to do a shift tangent 18 over 25. So my theta equals to 35.754 degree. Okay. But some teachers even if you write this 35.754, they will not give you the full marks because they want you to also say that it will be 35.754 above the horizontal. Okay, what is the meaning of above the horizontal? Means that because this is your horizontal, now it goes up above the horizontal, right? So therefore, in other words, you need to be able to do both of this. How to take one force, become two force. How to take two force to become one force. So ultimately, you need to do both of these things first before we can go to the next question. So guys, are we clear? So the one force got extra direction. Kai Hua, you can write 3 decimal, the no wrong. You write 2 decimal also can. But because for physics, we just standardize 3 decimal place. Okay? Okay, now let's go and see the wheelbarrow question. Okay, guys, I want to be a bit fast so that we can do more questions. Okay, so shows a worker pushing a 45 kg wheelbarrow, force F, the frictional is Fr. What is meant by resultant force? Last time, okay, if you look at the older generation answer, we will just say resultant force is the sum of forces. Sum of forces. So nowadays, if you write sum of forces, the answer is not enough. Okay. Why? Because they want you to use one more additional word inside, known as the vector sum. Okay. Now, so let's write this together. Okay, so it is basically the single force or the one force, okay, that represents the vector sum. Means you add everything. The single force that adds everything of two or more forces acting on the object. Okay. Hey, by the way, guys, today we will do a lot of writing. You don't lazy. Okay. So it's a single force that represents all the vector sum of all the forces. Means you sum everything. You all know why must vector sum, right? Because vector means that maybe he sang it here, behind, down, right, up, down, left, right. So you sum everything to become one force. That is called your resultant force. Okay, write an equation to show the resultant force that causes the wheelbarrow to move forward. So if move forward, I'm looking the forward part. I'm looking at the frictional force, which is moving horizontally here, okay? And then now I have F and I have Fx. Okay, guys. So if I want to find the resultant force, right, can I write it this way? F minus Fr. Can. Minus you minus friction Can minus friction correct you take force, you minus the friction, so F minus Fr But the answer is cannot. Why cannot? Why cannot? Okay, remember guys, when we do add force, minus force, everything, you have to make sure that your force is on the same axis, same direction. Okay, you tengok. F is this direction, correct? Your Fr is this direction. So guys, are they the same direction or not? This pink and green, same or not? Different, right? So can you minus? Tak boleh lah. So if you really, really want to minus, you have to use the one that is the same direction. So that's why if you really want to do minus, you have to write Fx minus Fr. Because your Fx is to the right, your Fr to the left, then we only can minus both of them. Okay, I think this is quite common sense. Okay, but here, I will accept another one more answer. I can accept another one more answer. What is the other answer? Okay, I can also accept if you write F cos 60 minus FR. Okay, apa ni Yeah, correct, Jaden. Because we instead of we straight use Fx, I move this F upwards. Okay, so this is also acceptable lah. Also acceptable lah. Fx more than Fr? No, cannot. Because you want to find resultant force. So resultant force, right, is usually you have to find a value. So you have to calculate it out. So unless you write bigger, you are not really calculating the resultant force. You're only writing the relationship only. Yeah, so therefore it is a minus. That's it. Okay, so Hazim, your question cannot write more than cannot. Okay, next. So given the force is F, find the 100 Newton. It's 100 Newton. Find the horizontal component Fx. Okay, guys, check this out. So like I said, ini kan your Fx. And then ini kan your F. This is your F. Okay, And then what you see here, this is 60 degree. Okay, guys, if that is your 60 degree, So now you want to know that this is going to be 100 Newton. So I said this so many times already. You want to move this up. So guys, what do you do? Cos or sine? Cos lah. Because we say touch means cos. So ultimately, we will just put 100 cos 60 degree. So my answer will be 50 Newton. That's it. Okay, 100 cos 60. So I shift it up. Finally, given the frictional force of the wheelbarrow is 30 Newton, what is the acceleration of the wheelbarrow? Okay, now let's go back to the top part. Okay, I already know facts. Now, okay, listen first. I already know that the total horizontal force is 50 Newton because I've calculated the 100 cos 60. Now, if I want to find acceleration, you think about it. In physics formula, force and acceleration is always only F equals to ma, right? But what is F? Guys, what is F? So if you are new student, you might not know what I want. But if you are my old student, I highly stress this thing whereby you must say that it's called resultant force. Okay. If you don't write resultant force, I will slap your head. Okay. Yeah. So a resultant force is usually we will need to minus or plus, we have to see the question first. So now I realize if I push 50 Newton, and there is a friction of 30 Newton. So now my resultant force will be 50 minus 30 because they go opposite direction. Okay, then what is the mass? The mass is 45 kg, guys. 45 kg, siap easy. A is equals to 0.444 ms negative 2. Itu sahaja. Very easy. Okay. So guys, if let's say this is 1 mark, this is 1 mark, this is 2 marks, or maybe this is 2 marks. Congratulations, kurang here, you can get 6 marks already. At least you can get 6 marks. Okay. Can guys, you see the number of participants in this class is 7. Okay, now next, calculate the normal reaction force acting on the wheelbarrow. Okay, so what is the normal reaction force? Okay, now, so okay, this one I want you to listen first. So you put down your pen, pencil, paper, everything. Okay, because I want you to guna otak already now. Okay, what is a normal reaction force? So obviously, if this is JUNGHAO, and if JUNGHAO stand on the floor, okay, I stand on the floor, my weight is let's say 600 Newton. As you can see, I'm not very fat. Okay, so 600 Newton. Can you tell me what is the normal reaction force? So the normal reaction force is a force that will push upwards, R, and this R, the purpose of this R is to balance back the force. Okay, is to balance back the force. Okay, so why is it called normal? Normal means that it is 90 degree to the floor. And then now, how much is the reaction force? Should it be more than 600 or less than 600? Okay, very smart. You all never kena tipu already. Okay, the answer is it has to be equals to 600. Yes, correct. So my R here will be 600 Newton. The force needs to be balanced so that I don't fall down to the floor, nor I will fly to the sky. Okay, can? All right, can. Hey guys, by the way, if you call it to label force, try to label on the person, means you draw on the person. Don't draw outside. Don't draw like this. Draw on the person. Okay, can? Because some teachers they want you to draw on the picture. Okay, but for now, I'm just going to put towards the side. Okay, guys. Now, here comes my question, guys. Okay, K-back question. If one day I put a batu, a brick on my head, okay, if I put these are bricks on my head, okay. Now, will my reaction force increase or decrease? If I start to put bricks on my head, will my reaction force increase or decrease? Will it be more than 600 or less than 600? Okay, so the answer here is a very simple. if I start to throw bricks on my head, means that I have more force pushing all the way down, correct? So therefore, this reaction force will be more. It will need to increase because now if I push the floor more due to additional weight, so the floor needs to push me back more to balance back. Okay, so which means that this thing will now increase because the W needs to add the weight of the bricks as well. Okay, so what I want you to get here is that if you have more force acting to the ground, if you have more force acting on the ground, you will have more reaction force that you get. Okay, so now let's go back to this wheelbarrow. Okay, guys, look at this picture. So they give me a 45 kg of wheelbarrow. If you drop into the floor lah, Kai Huai. Okay. Now, so okay, guys, let's see. So now this is the wheelbarrow. Okay, let me just draw the wheelbarrow a bit. Okay. Okay. I know that the mass of this thing is 45 kg. Okay, guys, can you do me a favor first? So 45 kg is how many Newton? Okay, because we need to change it to weight. And please remember, the unit for weight is actually Newton. So 45 kg is how many Newton? So like 1 kg, how many Newton, right? Wait, I drink my coffee first. So guys, 1 kg, how many Newton? 9.81. So 45 kg, that will be equals to you multiply by 9.81. Okay? Can I, if you draw this wrongly, I angry one. So you get 441.45, correct? So your this one will be 441.45 Newton. Okay, here comes the question, guys. Here comes the question. Okay, for this question, will the reaction force be equals to the weight? Yes or no? What do you think? Will the reaction force be equals to weight? We have quite a mixed answer here. Some say yes, some say no. Okay, the answer is of course no lah. Of course no lah. Hey, hello, Zeni. The person pushing, right? Can you imagine if you are pushing this thing, means that you will press down, correct? If you push, you will act the force go down one. If you push, the force goes down. So which means that now based on this picture, guys, when this dude is pushing this direction 100 Newton, okay, with an angle of 60 degree, this means, right, this guy is actually producing an additional force that goes down, whereby this will be equals to 100 sine 60. Do you agree? Okay, guys, you stop copying first. If you tak faham, you tell me first. So there is a weight which is 441.45. So that is the weight, right? That's the force that goes down, right? The weight, right? But then now you also tekan. So you have additional 100 sine 60 that goes down, right? So ultimately, what is your reaction force? So your reaction force will be equals to the sum of the down forces lah, which means that your reaction force will be equals to 100 sine 60 plus the 441.45. That will be your reaction force. Because your total going up punya force has to be equal to whatever that's going to go down to balance it. Okay? So ultimately 100 sine 60 plus 441.5, we get 528.053 Newton. Okay, guys, am I correct? So therefore, this is the reaction force. Okay, guys, do you understand how this reaction force works? Christina? Can? Can ah? All right. Okay, now, so we warm up with the calculation already. Now we're going to talk about the theory. Okay, between pushing and pulling, which method is more suitable for moving the wheelbarrow across the muddy ground? Give one reason for your answer. Okay, so if we want to get this trolley across, should I be pushing the trolley or pulling the trolley? Okay, guys, we have quite a mixed answer. We have push, pull, push, pull, pull, pull. Okay, the answer is obviously pulling the trolley. Okay, okay, wait okay okay. Now let's give me one moment to explain why you might think that it's pushing. Okay, now so let's go back to my starting point of today. Okay, for a lawnmower, biasanya, okay, you guys know what's a lawnmower, right? So lawnmower is the one that you cut grass. Okay, you will realize that you will usually go for push. Why? Because if you push the lawnmower, you will be able to like squeeze the lawnmower closer to the ground. So if you push the lawnmower, it goes closer to the ground, then you will be able to trim the grass shorter. Okay. Now, but wheelbarrow, usually it is smarter to pull. Okay, because if let's say you push the wheelbarrow, and then what will happen is that, okay, sorry, I draw first. So you need to pull the wheelbarrow. Because if you push the wheelbarrow, they already tell you muddy ground. If you cross the padang, okay guys, if you cross the padang and your padang is very muddy, will you purposely drag your leg? No, right? When you step on the mud, you will like correct, you will literally take your leg up so that you don't drag the whatever mud, water, liquid, semi-liquid stuff like that. Okay. So therefore we pull the trolley so that we can reduce the force acting on the ground. Pulling the wheelbarrow also makes it more like lighter like that. So if you reduce the force acting on the ground, so it will prevent the wheelbarrow from sinking into the ground. So what you're trying to do is you want to prevent the wheelbarrow from tenggelam into the floor. Okay, if it sinks into the floor, you push, then you go in, you freaking get a submarine already. Okay, is there any equation that can help pushing or pulling better? Okay, very simple. If you want to have lesser downward force, okay, you don't want all the force to go down. So Yixing, will you choose to push or pull? Yeah, lor, you pull up lah. So therefore you pull, correct? So if you want to have more force go down, then you push up. No need equation formula, no need one lah. No need one lah. Yeah, can alright. Can. Hey, later at the end of this class, we got quiz one. We got quiz, we see who got pay attention, who never pay attention. Yeah, Hanisha, exactly. Exactly. Kisina, yes, correct. Correct. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Joey, that is correct. Okay, can? Okay, now, so next, okay, so therefore, guys, this is the first part. You have to mentally be able to know what's the difference between lawnmower and wheelbarrow, what's the physics concept involved and everything. Now, in the like 2021, 2022, lawnmower is a hot topic. I think from 2023/24 onwards, then wheelbarrow was the hot topic already. So that's like a fashion one, physics. Okay, okay, next. Okay, Job, guys, let's go and see here. Okay, diagram 8.2 shows the structure of a wheelbarrow. So you have to modify so that the wheelbarrow can move forward easier. Okay, seems like now no choice. This guy is pushing already. So state and explain your modification based on the following aspects: the angle of theta, length of handle, and the density of the wheelbarrow. Okay, now let's write this together. Number one, angle of theta. So guys, what about the angle of theta? Do you want larger angle or smaller angle? Jean, cannot memorize answer. Jean, you are doing the lawnmower question. Jean, your answer, right, is a lawnmower. Like literally what you think is a lawnmower. Okay, guys, I want to move forward faster. Okay, if I want to move forward faster, guys. Okay, you think you think properly. Okay, if now I've got this. Okay, so now this is an angle. Okay, I want him to move forward, Move forward. I don't care about the downward force. So now if I push with 100 Newton, sorry, if I push with 100 Newton, if let's say this is 60 degree versus, okay, I just use back the same picture. If now this is 30 degree, which one do you think will move faster? Which one do you think will move faster? Okay, you calculate the horizontal force lah. If this one you calculate horizontal, this will be 100 cos 60, right? Correct. That if the 31 you also count lah. This will be 100 cos 30, right, guys? 100 cos 60 and 100 cos 30, which one bigger? Of course, 100 cos 30 lah. So guys, you can sub certain values to let you understand better. Why memorize when you can just take a calculator, press 5 buttons and get the answer? So I calculate already. This is actually 50 Newton. Forward. Then this one, if you go forward, this is going to be equals to 86.6 Newton. Which one better? Of course, the second one now. So I want my angle to be smaller angle of theta. Okay. So therefore, I will be able to produce larger forward force. So therefore, it will produce a higher acceleration. Okay, guys, just so you know, not only you write larger forward force, you can also say larger horizontal force. Can, PHY. Yeah, horizontal force also can. Okay, can. The horizontal force. You don't write force, you can write horizontal. Okay, then next. What about the length of the handle? Okay, guys, this is challenging, because what about the length of the handle, guys? Okay, do you want longer or shorter? Do you want a longer handle or a shorter handle? Okay, now let me draw. Okay, guys. Your imagination. Okay, imagine this is a standard human height. Okay, now got two different lawnmower. Okay, one the stick very short like that. Okay, one is the stick very long. Okay, guys, you see the angle is also the same one, the angle is the same, the theta is the same. Okay, check this out. The angle the same. Okay, theta is the same. Okay, which one is better? Of course, the longer better lah. Longer. Okay, you see if you take the shorter one, means that your stick very low So when you use the wheelbarrow, you have to bend very low, like you get. If the stick is longer, your hand can reach higher. It will probably be harder to control, yes, but it will be easier for you to push. Because it's like above your waist already. What is below your waist? So the length of the handle has to be longer so that it reaches higher lah. I remember this thing, right, is that uh okay, I don't know if you all got how I remember this thing lah. Okay, to be honest, is do you all still drink Milo from a tin? Do you know what's a Milo tin? Okay, so every time when you open the Milo tin, right, what must you do? You have to take a spoon to like correct to like basically pry it open, right? Will you take a very short spoon or longer spoon? Yeah, similar concept. It's like a lever like that. Yeah. Okay, can. All right. Yeah. You see, I knew it when I say Milo tin, right? Everybody will eject like teacher. Now nobody use tin already. You're so old, teacher. What kind of era are you from? Okay. Yeah. I know you're now drink the plastic sachet one. I know, I know, I know. Okay, can. Now. Okay, so that's length of the handle are longer. Okay, so therefore, in a way you don't have to bend so low, all right? But it also allows the angle theta to be smaller. Because otherwise, if your this is too short, you will need to pull this stick higher, right? Then the angle will become very big already. So therefore, you use the length of the handle to be longer so that the theta can be smaller, or you can also say so that is convenient to push. That's it lah. Okay, can. All right. Yeah. Easier to hold. Actually, Jaden, I will accept that. I will accept that. You can even say so that the person will not need to bend lower. Yeah. So guys, physics, right, we accept all these like human application punya answer. Okay, can And lastly, the density of the wheelbarrow. Okay, guys. So what about the density? So obviously we want low density of the wheelbarrow. But then, hey guys, hang on. Everybody, listen up. How do we explain why low density? Okay, I don't want lighter first. Lighter, you can write at the end. The first answer immediately after low density that I accept is lower mass. Okay. Don't even say weight. Don't even say weight. Why Okay, don't say weight. Why Because density, the formula for density is literally mass over volume. So what will density directly affect is mass? So you just say lower mass, then you can say you got two answers, or you can say reduce the inertia. But since here they talk about basically move forward faster, I will prefer the best answer here is I can say so that I can increase the acceleration of the wheelbarrow. Okay, can, all right. Okay, and then as for the width of the tire, we technically want wider tire. Okay, see how you explain this? Sure tak memuaskan one, you punya answer. Okay, only one answer is to increase the surface area to reduce pressure on ground. No other answer acceptable. Guys, for a wheelbarrow, do you really care about the stability? Have you tried pulling a wheelbarrow? It's like very hard one, you know. But what are you most concerned in a working scenario? You takut the tire tenggelam into the floor. Okay, still sure I hate it. Yeah, okay. Nope, nope, 星期 no. 这个 only this. Because uh I'm not gonna bang anybody with this. I'm not gonna like impulsive slap someone with this. So the purpose of wheel tire is basically I don't want it to sink to the muddy ground. So it's like the muddy ground. Yeah. Okay, can. All right. That's it. Okay, can. Okay, guys. So we are 40 minutes. If you have more downforce, you will tenggelam into the floor. Christina, if you tenggelam into the floor, will it affect you moving forward? Yeah. Okay, next. Let's go question number 2. Okay, guys. 45 minutes past already, guys. Can Okay, let's continue. So 45 minutes past already. Okay, let's go. So next one will be, what is the meaning of forces in equilibrium? Okay, last time, for forces in equilibrium, we will biasanya just say something like, oh, there will be no force, there will be a zero force, everything. Now, okay, I want you all to use the answer that's given in the textbook. Okay, equilibrium of forces is when the force acting on it produces a zero resultant force. Guys, I do not accept uppers are no force lah, no resultant force. Cannot. Acting on it produces zero resultant force. So please write this down right now. Yeah. Samuel, of course, if you want to write your answer, it's can lah. But nowadays, Samuel, sometimes some teachers, they strictly, Samuel, one textbook answer. Yeah. So it depends on how strict your teacher is. Samuel, what school are you from? Maybe I can tell you. Or SMKKK, which is what Kota Kemuning. Then I'm not too sure. Okay. But if let's say you're from like the Puchong school, some Puchong school teachers very strict, very strict. Okay, can. Okay, now let's continue. Okay. So now guys, okay, so you're already done with this one. Already done. Okay, then next. So mark and label the W, the tension T1 and T2 and their direction. Okay, so number 1, we obviously want to draw the weight of this force that goes down. So the W goes down. The weight of it goes down. Okay, W. Then what about T1 and T2 and their direction? Okay, for T1 and T2, you will realize that this is going to be T1, this is going to be T2. Okay, just now Chinese class, right? Got people asking me, teacher, how do you know the tension goes up? The tali goes up. So guys, when you hang something, right, the thing will jatuh, will fall down, right? So what is the purpose of the string? The string is to maintain, to pull it upwards, right? Correct or not? Do you agree? So the tension is actually going upwards so that it will be balanced with the weight of the billboard. Okay. So therefore here, this is how we're gonna draw T1, T2. But actually, guys, let me ask you a question. Is your T1 and T2 the same? Yes, kan. So actually, right, in exam, if you write both of them also T, you dua side pun tulis T is also acceptable. It is actually acceptable. Yeah. So you don't worry about it. Okay, you don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay, next. So we are done with this thing already. Next, calculate the weight of the billboard. Okay, guys, 150 kg or 150 kg is how many weight? So guys, what's your answer? 150 kg. So we're gonna multiply this by 9.81, right? So it will be 1471.5 Newton. Okay, 147.1.5. Okay, done already. So we're already done with this. Now we have to sketch a triangle of forces. Okay, now guys, before we even draw this triangle of forces, we try to always ask ourselves first, will this triangle of forces turn in a circle? Yes or no? Will this triangle of forces pushing? Yes or no? The answer is yes, because this is going to be an equilibrium. Okay, you need to remember that this is an equilibrium. It is an equilibrium. Okay, can Okay, so now, uh, how do we draw a triangle of forces? Okay, now this morning, right, got people from the Chinese class, right, say, teacher, can I draw the triangle of forces like this? Means you know what they do? They literally just take this, okay, copy, and then they say this is the triangle of forces. Guys, is it acceptable? I almost fainted, bro. Okay, exactly what's this? Okay, now so what's the proper way to draw this triangle of forces is, can I tell you which line do we draw first? Actually, exactly what a W meant. Okay, so we obviously always draw W first, the weight first, then followed by your T1 and T2. Guys, no matter you draw which one first, it doesn't really matter, Okay, and they already tell you that this theta is 40 degrees lah, Okay, it's 40 degrees lah. So okay, I'm gonna draw this W T1 upwards. Okay, so it goes somewhere here. So right now I realize that this is going to be T1. Then it will end with T2 with going in the same direction T2. And then now who can tell me, guys, what is the angle inside here? Now I think you guys are very, very, very bad with trigo. It's like your trigo is not only bad, it's like depressing. So how much is that? Yeah, guys, that is 50 degree. How do I know? Oh, come on, guys. If this is a vertical line, obviously this will be the 50 degree, right? Correct or not? Because you are drawing the vertical weight, ma. So this is your 50 degree. This is your 50 degree. This is going to be your 100 degree. So this is your triangle of forces. Okay. But of course, guys, if you don't want to draw this way, there's another one more answer which I can also accept. Yeah, if you don't want to draw this way, you can also draw this way. Wait, you can take the same thing, but you put this T1 here, you put this T2 here, and this is also acceptable. Okay, but of course the angle also you have to label lah. Hey, sorry, 80 degree. Sorry, 80 degree. Aiyo, hold you already, my trigo very bad. Yeah, because 50 minus 50 is 100 ma. I forgot to 180 minus. Otak slow sikit. Okay, can? Okay, now, so finally, okay, we will continue and see the calculation of the tension and explain why the cable snaps. Okay, very simple punya. Okay, tengok. Okay, when we do this calculation of tension, right, we always have two choices. So the first choice being, okay, guys, uh the at-max way. Okay, if you want to do the at-max way, you can either do the A over sine alpha equals to B over sine beta and everything. Or if you don't want to, you can use the word A square equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos theta, something like this. Guys, I don't even know if I write this correctly or not. I don't even know. Okay. But did I write correctly? Can anyone tell me? Anybody here MX were pro one? Oh yeah, correct. Cost man, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, or cost A. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. True. Something is okay. Now, but never mind. Okay, guys, do you know why I don't teach the AdMax method? Do you know why I don't teach the AdMax method? No, because my MS very bad. Okay. Now, yeah. So maybe some people will feel it's easier. Okay. Some will feel it's easier, but I don't know because my MS very bad. Okay. I'm very glad that my SPM at max is A. Okay, but usually it's very bad. Okay. Now, so okay, let's come back to here. So what you will see at the bottom part here is what is JUNGHAO punya method? Okay. So JUNGHAO punya strategy is very similar, but it's just that we do something a bit different. Okay, wait. Okay, I will draw this into a cross first. So JUNGHAO call this the cross method. Okay, what is the cross method? Okay, the cross method essentially is you have a force that goes down. Okay, so when this force goes down, you have 1714.5. So that is the weight of the billboard. Okay, 1471.5. Okay, then we will copy the two lines here into the picture. But guys, I want you to take out something. I will just write T here because I know that they are both the same. I know that they are both the same. So we got T here. So this is 40 degree. This is 40 degree. Okay. So what is our next subsequent step? The next subsequent step. Okay. If the force is stagnant, we will always move the force. We will split the force. So, okay, like this one stagnant, right? We will try to split the force into two different directions. Okay. Now, come on, guys, let's double check. So, this is going to be T cos or sine 40. Yeah, cos, because it is touching the angle, right? Then this is going to be T sine 40. So okay, now this is already being split into two. Siap, habis. Finish cerita already. Okay, because yeah. Then the left hand side one. So this has a vertical and a horizontal force as well. So towards the left here, this is going to be T cos 40 plus this is going to be T sine 40. Okay, then so this one also split into two already. So this one's yeah. Okay, so now nothing stagnant already. So finally, in order to find the final force, we will take whatever that's up to be equals to whatever is down. Up force and down force must be balanced equal. So we will have T sine 40 plus T sine 40 to be equals to down 147.5. Okay, so oleh itu, what is my force here? It will be 2T sine 40 1471.5. So my tension here will be equals to blah 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 Newton. Okay, so come on guys, can you calculate out for me right now? Uh, yeah. Okay, so the answer is gonna be 1144624. Okay, 1144.624. Okay, so now guys, will the cable putus tak? Will the cable pecah? Okay, let's have a see. Okay, actually, right, they kind of like bit dumb because they really tell you explain why the cable snaps. But of course, we know that because the maximum force is only 1,100. So kalau you only tahan 1,100 and then suddenly you get this to be equals to 1044, of course it breaks, right? So we can say because the tension in the cable exceeds the maximum tension of cable, which is only 110 Newton. Okay, so the tension exceeds the maximum tension of cable, which is only 100 Newton. Okay, next. Okay, so the wheel is broken, it drops. Time for the taken for the wheelboard to reach the floor. Okay, to do this question, we have to do something what we call free fall. And to do free fall, we need to do something what we call the SUVAT, SUVAT, the displacement, velocity, acceleration. Then is to use the 9.81, if you know what I mean, right, guys, correct? Then suddenly you got the time taken and everything. So free fall, then after that, this impulsive force, you just have to do F equals to mv minus mu over t. So these are all Form 4 Chapters 2 stuff. Okay, guys, if you sudah lupa a lot of Form 4 Chapter 2 stuff, feel free to go and just look back at the Form 4 seminar that I posted a few days ago. So in my Form 4 seminar, I focus on mainly Form 4 stuff. Obviously, because it's Form 4 seminar, right? Okay, okay. Okay, next. Guys, I want everybody to look at page 13. Okay, right now, I'm going to ask you a very obvious question. Which is the best cable, P, Q, or R? Some people say, teacher, okay, especially if you talk more often in Mandarin, they'll ask, teacher, I thought tension must be smaller, better. Okay, remember, guys, if I ask you the tension in the rope, you want high or low? We want it to be lower, correct? But the problem here is this is asking you for the maximum tension. So if I'm asking you for the maximum tension, you will need to tell me what is the maximum that it can tahan. Okay? So obviously you want it to tahan higher. So the answer is P, guys. It's a very obvious kind of thing. Okay, it's a very obvious kind of thing. So P lor. Okay, now the maximum tension, we will say high maximum tension. Okay, which can be supported by the cable. Then after that, the angle 60 degree, right? Okay, we'll say higher angle of theta. Okay, now how are we going to explain this? So kalau higher maximum tension, guys, don't write this will not break easily. Don't write this will not break easily. Then what should you write? Yes, okay. The answer that I want is I want you write to this able to withstand higher tension without pecah, without breaking. So what you want here is you want it to tahan higher tension so that it will not break. Okay. But for here, Hong Yi, I will suggest you to don't write mass because tension is Newton ma. So if can you say back tension or at least you say higher weight, 不要写 mass. Okay. Okay, next. Then guys, what about the next one? Why do you want higher angle of theta? Why do you want higher angle of theta? Okay, yes, correct, guys. Because if now you get to choose two ways to hang a picture, okay, guys, For example, okay, now we got macam ni, okay, to hang this picture. Okay. Versus if you have this way to hang another picture. Okay. So guys, A versus B, which is better to hang a picture? Guys, can I add the sound effect, the fa fa fa? Guys, the answer is B. B is better. Okay, Ken, you see, you want this side to be bigger angle. You want the top part to be smaller angle. Okay, but B very ugly. See, you see, you say I so ugly usually. You also come for my class, right? So actually, ugly not important. Never mind. Good most important. Okay, can. All right. Now, okay, can so therefore, okay, this is going to be small angle. Then this is going to be big angle. Okay. Okay, now, okay, so therefore small and big angle. Okay, remember this, if this angle is big, right? Okay, let's say guys, we just assume lah. Okay, tadi this question was 40 degree, right? Correct. Okay, if we make this angle into 60 degree, kalau if it is 60 degree, will my tension be higher or lower? Okay, so now we're gonna do this. If I use 60 degree to calculate, just imagine lah, instead of 40 degree, they change it to 60 degree, equals to 1471.5. Can you tell me what is this tension? Okay, I will get 849 point something Newton. You will realize that, see, guys, if I make it to 60 degree, right? The same object, I'm hanging the same W, but you will see that my tension is much lower, is much lesser. So which means that if you just make the angle like wider, bigger, means you make it more straight, you will realize you just make this angle bigger, okay? You will realize that this one will produce your tension here will be lower. So this is better. Okay, Ken. You must remember physics, the ugly one, most of the time correct. Okay. Yeah. Ken. The ugly one is better. Oh, what people say ask, wait Oh, resultant force. Okay. If you hang something, so wait okay. So you see, I got one student say, that's why during physics you very handsome. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Wing Hing. Okay, can expose you. Okay, now next. Okay, we talk about resultant force. So Brandon. Okay, is this thing in equilibrium? Is this thing in equilibrium? Brandon. Oh, yes, right. Okay, so if it's in equilibrium, what is my resultant force? Yeah, zero. Yeah, that's it. Okay, nothing on. That's technically you can't calculate it. That's why I didn't even realize the question was there. Okay, Ken. Yeah. So it's just zero Newton. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, so able to okay, so higher angle. So why will make this angle big? Okay, big angle on the side. Hey, but you must be careful. What if one day they ask on top, the on top, then you want small? You don't half out this thing, I tell you. Okay, now, so the higher angle of theta is so that I will be able to reduce tension in the cable. Sorry, in the cable. Okay, so therefore the best answer here is cable. Okay, can all right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, guys, not bad. Yeah, is incorrect. Oh, not bad, guys. We managed to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we finished 5 pages in 1 hour. 10 minutes, we sub to 1 page. Not bad, not bad. Yep. To distribute weight evenly cannot. What do you mean by to distribute weight evenly? How do you not distribute the weight evenly? From the picture, what? Cannot. That is not the answer. You 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 uh you take picture, then you stand to my phone and I see. I help you to write to the Penerbit wrong answer. Okay, can. Okay, I have to go appeal to the Penerbit. Okay, now, okay, guys. So once you're done with this, okay, 1 hour already. Now I'm gonna give you all a 30 seconds of deep breath. Then we will continue to our spring. Okay, spring punya main aim is we want to do the essay question. So yeah, we'll talk about the essay question and some calculation on spring. Trust me, guys, the time's gonna pass very fast. Okay, guys, before we continue, can we just see a survey? Guys, how many of you here today is your first day joining my class? Like you have not attended my class ever before. See this Hanisha con me again. See, I knew Wonjin will write this thing again. Okay. Yeah. Some of you, right, actually see me 3 times yesterday, few days ago, and Sunday again. You see my face more than you see probably your brother or sister's face. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this year also. Okay. Can. Yeah. Okay. Now, shall we continue? Okay, let's continue. Okay, so this is a mattress that sinks in the middle part when the man sits on it. Okay, so guys, yang depan sini, I'll just give you the answers. You can do this by yourself. It's very easy. It's so friendly. You can do this yourself. Like for example, what is the energy stored in the spring? It's gonna be called elastic potential energy. Okay, so very simple, elastic potential energy. So why the mattress will return to the original shape? So it's very simple because you just have to say when the molecules get compressed, when they go closer to each other, the molecules will try to repel. So when they repel, it will push them back to the original shape. So this one, guys, I give you answer lah. If we write, we'll need another 2 more hours to finish the class. Okay. Okay, I wanted to do this calculation. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, you're supposed to calculate the length of spring Q. Length of spring Q. I give you the formula, F equals to Kx. You only have one job right now. Calculate this answer for me. Calculate this answer for me. Okay. Right now, guys, come on. Yeah. Okay, guys. For ticker tape, we are allowed to leave our answer in cm. Ticker tape can leave cm. Spring also, you can leave your answer in cm. Of course, you want to tukar to meter, kita tak kisah. Kita tak kisah. You want to leave in meter also can. But usually, we will leave it in cm. Meter, cm pun boleh. but I prefer CM because it sounds more logical. Okay, so hello everybody. What's up, guys? What anybody got answer already? You want to find the spring F equals to X, sudah bagi. Okay, we got the first answer 16.077, 16.769. Okay, 16.769. Okay, 23.69 cm, 16.077 cm. Okay, we have a 7.69 cm. Okay, come on, guys. Okay, let's talk about the answer 8.31 cm. Okay, now let's talk about the answer. Okay, now the length of spring cube. Okay, we know that the force is 200 newtons is applied. So K is Newton per meter. So therefore, this is 2600 X. So guys, what is my X? So when I press this into the calculator, it's like going to be like 2000 divided by 600. Okay. My answer will come out to be 0.0769 meter. How do I know? Because it is in meter. You can see they give you meter, right? So this is going to be in meter form. Then what's going to happen next is I need to change this to cm first, right? Because the 16 cm is cm, right? Okay, can. So therefore, I will take a 16. Oh wait, I have to change this to cm. So I get 7.69 cm. And then what is the next thing I do? I need to tambah balik 16 cm. Correct or not? Then I get 23.69 cm. Okay, guys. But this answer is wrong. Can anybody tell me why this is wrong? Yeah. This Cheng Wing Hing, I think he very smart. Yeah, because it's to compress it. When you compress means you minus the length or you plus the length. Guys, I'm very sad. How can you all make this kind of mistake? Right, Hanisha, correct not? Okay, now, so therefore, the answer here is you have to take 16 cm instead of you minus the 7.69. So the tinggal, the remainder, okay? Initially, your spring is 16. You tekan 7.69 cm. So you tinggal 8.31 cm lah. Okay, can? Alright, so this is correct. Okay, can? Okay, now here comes the interesting one. What happens if your spring is added in parallel, series parallel? Now, what happens? Okay, guys, yeah, two spring cube. So right now we have a spring cube. We have two equal springs. Okay, then they're gonna put a big S load here, whereby this load will be equals to 200 Newton. Okay, now, some of the teachers, maybe they will teach you how to, like what plus them together, minus them together, do the spring constant, right, guys? No need one. Okay, I teach you what to do. You just need to know each of these spring takes 100 Newton. Okay, why? Because if you got two springs, they will divide the load equally. So 200, if you got two springs, it will share 100 and 100. Okay, so technically they will share off the load of each side to be equals to 100 Newton. Okay, so now we have F equals to Kx. Okay, can you calculate? Yeah, can you just calculate for me? What is your final answer? Yeah, Wait guys, just give me a moment. Okay guys, can you do me a favor? Y'all do first. I got something to do suddenly. Suddenly. Okay, can. Okay, so guys, what's the answer here? What's the answer here? Okay, first of all, this is a trick question again. They are asking you the compression only, so you don't have to minus. You do not need to minus. So you just take 100 Newton. The spring constant is 2600x. So my x will be equals to 100 divided by 2600. So I get 0.03846 meter, right? So this is actually just 3.846 cm. That is your compression, or 3.845846 cukup lah. Yeah, so therefore that's your answer. Okay, that's it. So that's the compression of the spring. Done. Okay, guys, do you want to do something more challenging? Or your brain cannot? Are you guys sure? Okay, you want challenging one. Okay, can Okay, let's try. Okay. Because just now I was mentally calculating. Okay. A challenging question will be, now they will ask you this one. Hey, everybody can I thought my other students all peng san already. Sheng Siang can or not Sheng Siang? Zuleka cannot. Okay. Joey can. You can use that method. Joey can. But provided you do this correct first. You give this correct, then I allow your method. Okay, now I've got 400 Newton punya load. Okay. Wow. Since you're so demanding, okay, can I give you a challenging one? Okay. Here got one spring. And then here got two spring. Guys, it is the same spring, same punya spring. Okay. So therefore, this is 400 Newton. Later you say I never write unit. 400 Newton. Okay, your job now is very simple. Is to calculate the total length of this. Hey, Manav, where's Raul? Why he pointing? Oh, like where's Rehan as well? Rehan also missing. Come on, guys. I think Hao came. Did he? Okay, guys, let's just write down all the possible answers first. Okay. We got 27.07 cm as the total length. Okay, come on. We got 8.925 cm some more. 89 cm. 89, sorry. 89.25 cm. Lagi. Oh, sorry. Okay. Nah, see? Challenging, mau minta. Tapi mau buat, tak mau buat. Aduh, cepatlah guys. Come on. 19.84. Okay, last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys. Because here not enough space, okay, I'm going to do this on a blank piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to do this on a blank piece of paper. Okay, let's calculate this first. Okay, first of all, do you all know that, right? The rule is that every tier, your force will be 400 Newton, your force will be 400 Newton. So sini 400 Newton, so sini 200 Newton. Okay, do you know that? You guys know this, right? Okay. So why don't let's count the 400 Newton first. Okay, so F is equals to Kx. So if my force is 400 Newton and my K is 2600 X, so how much will my X be? Okay, 400 divided by 2600. So X is going to be 0.1538 meter, 15.38 cm. Okay, but what do we do here? I'm looking for the total length, correct? So you have to take the actual length is 16 minus 15.38, right? Okay. This is where Jin suddenly will like, oh, 没听你的什么 the whole thing. I don't know. I don't even know what's the answer now. Yeah, 我不懂. I don't know what's the answer now. A lot of times, guys, the question that I asked you all, right? I just thought of it instantly on, So sometimes I will even calculate wrongly on. That's why if you guys nothing to do, right, you can take calculator and see if I press correctly or not. Okay, can. Okay, 0.62 cm. So this is 0.62 cm. The first one. Means this spring very kemek already. Okay, second one. What about 200 Newton? So F equals to Kx. 200 equals to 2600 X. So my X would be equals to 0.0769 whatever meter. So therefore, this is going to be 7.69 cm, right? Correct. Okay, then finally, the length of that is going to be 16 minus 7.69 cm, 8.31 cm. So the total length is going to be these two added together. So finally, the total L is going to be equals to 8.93. Yes, 同意. 3 decimal place. Usually we take 3 decimal place. 3 decimal place. Can. Can. Okay, yeah. Guys, you see, every time when I teach very difficult stuff, people will quit the room one. Yeah, you minus 16 because that's the original length. And then Kisina, do you know we minus it? Why we minus it? Because it's compressed. If today this question is do tarik one, then you have to add. Yeah. Okay. See, when it's very difficult, right? Then some people will quit. So now we are going back to 6, 7. I give up. Somehow I get 9.228. Okay, wait. Question. Come on, slowly. Question. Don't panic first. Okay. Okay, let me think. Why 9.228? Okay, but question, do you understand this thing or not first? Okay. Did you separate and calculate question? Like you calculate the 400, then you calculate this 200. Did you separate? Oh, yeah, no, okay. Ziqing, okay. Technically, you get the same answer, correct? But how are you going to justify why you do it? 就是 if somebody want you to explain, how would you explain it? Yeah. So, Ziqing, if you can explain it to your friend and your friend understand what you do, chances are means it makes sense. Then okay lor. But from what I read here, you add, then you minus back. Then starting we don't add lah. we straight away minus lah. Isn't it better? You get what I mean? Why would we want to add then minus back? Yeah. So the way to explain is very hard. So I'm afraid that your teacher don't understand your method, then they will mark you wrong. Okay, okay, guys, come on. Why English class are like we not enough time on we need to go faster like you guys. Okay, so come on guys, let's talk about the mattress now. Okay. And later on, guys, I will show you what I think will come out for your essay question. Okay, guys. Now, gut feeling. Gut feeling. I feel like your midterm exam will come out this question. The Kereta Lumba F1. Gut feeling. Okay. That's why you see I wear today. This is the theme for today, the theme for today. Yes, of course, Joey. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we will discuss that later. Teacher, you look like you repair the car. Okay. So you say I look like the mechanic at the shop there. Lah. Okay. Am I an engineer in Petronas? I am an engineer, but I don't work in Petronas. Okay. I am an engineer. Why not in Petronas? Me? Yeah. Actually got long story. Like why I never joined Petronas got long story. Yeah. Yeah. But not today lah. Okay, guys. No, not today. Okay. Hanisha, I can stay on Thursday now, but yeah. All right. I look like the guy who repair the car. Right? Okay, later, guys, faster. Later, I have to go repair car. Okay, you don't waste my time first. Okay, now, and let's look at page 15. So we have to look at the spring. Uh, uh, so designed by a furniture company. Okay, okay. Now we have to talk about this whole spring and everything, and then here they want to talk about withstand a heavier load for the mattress. Okay, guys, don't ask me what is a spring, inner spring, pocket spring, or whatever. Please choose the correct mattress first. Then I'll discuss. So come on, guys, faster. Okay. Hey, I tell you all, you all know mattress like some of mattress tilam in Malaysia is a very weird industry. You all know like tilam. Do you know how much is a tilam? If you buy like very good quality tilam, bro, it's like 10,000 ringgit one, like in the order of 10 to like 15,000 ringgit if you buy very expensive tilam. Yeah. Why? You're paying for the springs, and Hanisha, one of the people who teach you, right? One of the tutor who teach you, right? Sleeps on a 10,000 ringgit tilam. Obviously not me. Obviously not me. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say who. Okay. But I give you a tip. Okay. Is it I think I don't think you know him. Oops, it's a him. But for people who need tips, guys, I give you a tip, Tanisha. Withstand heavier load. So the tilam need to mahal sikit. Okay. Yeah. Because yeah. So you know who eh? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, now can next. Okay, let's come back to here. Okay. Those people who say his name, right? You guys are more mean, man. Okay, next, continue. Okay, let's go, guys. So which is the better tilam? Okay, so if you want to withstand a heavier load, so obviously, technically, you want a stiffer spring. So you want larger spring constant, right? Correct. Okay, now my question will be this, guys. If I increase diameter, does it make my spring constant to increase or decrease? What happens to my spring constant? Kalau my diameter starts to increase, Will my spring constant increase or decrease, guys? Faster say. You say first. Okay. Only two people correct. Wen Si correct. Kai Huai correct. Okay, the answer is don't know. Because I never tell you is what diameter. We got diameter of spring wire. We also got diameter of coil. So which one? Are you talking about wire or coil? Because the answer is different. Okay, I never say diameter of what. You have to ask me what diameter. You never ask me. So means you don't know. You don't know means you wrong. Okay. Now remember, guys, there's two types of diameter. Okay. Sheng Xiang, you want to kena tipu how many times, Sheng Xiang? Okay, spring wire means this, Okay, we got the thicker spring wire versus the thinner spring wire. So we're technically comparing, okay, this versus maybe like this. Okay, the thickness of the wire used. So guys, which one is better? Obviously, the thicker better lah. Thicker better lah. Okay. Next. Okay, what about the diameter of the coil? So this one is diameter of spring wire is larger, higher. Okay, the diameter of the coil is now talking about this. One, you have a very tiny coil. One, you have a very, very big coil. So which one is better? Of course, diameter small, this is better. Okay, can? Yeah, so therefore you must say which one because they are opposite. So finally, kalau I want big and small, my answer is obviously L. So the answer is pocket spring. Okay, not spring pocket, pocket spring. Okay, then after that, steel, because it's a stronger material thing, right? Okay, so what is pocket spring? Okay, now, listen up, okay, guys. Okay, now this is hey, who says steel cheaper? Don't, hey guys, don't say cheap, expensive lah, walao. Who teach you to write price one? We bukan study account, we study physics one, okay? No, cannot say cheap. Okay, now, okay, why pocket? Okay, so first of all, okay, guys, if you next time you got opportunity, you go and buy tilam, right? Okay, you do this experiment. Okay, if you use inner spring, it's like this one. Okay, imagine this is your tilam. Okay, imagine this is your tilam. Now, when you lie down on the tilam, okay, when you lie down on the tilam, if you use inner spring, the whole entire bed will sink together. Like literally the whole thing will sink together. Because the spring is tied together. Okay, technically you can test on your tilam. So you know, right? Okay, guys, what's usually beside your tilam? Like on your tilam. I bet it's like books, right? Because you every time pretend you want to lie down and study, but you eventually just sleep, correct? So you see I have books, right? So if you put books on top of it, and if you lie down on your tilam, the books will sink down, means that your bed is inner spring. Okay, but if you use the mahal punya, okay, the expensive tilam, you will realize, right? When you lie down like here, this is going to be flat and it will just be like this only. Like literally, it is separated one. So technically, the books here will not even move or fall because it only supports your weight. Okay, so therefore, this is actually much better. That whereby the springs are all individual, it will not affect the neighbor spring. Yeah. Okay, guys. So for example, if I write like this, yes, okay. So the diameter of the spring wire is big. The diameter of the cord is small. Can I write same? Can I write same uh answer for my essay. So am I allowed to write same answer for my essay? The answer is yes. Okay, can. Now guys, just so you know, this question that I'm showing you right now, right? If you want the answer, okay, you can screenshot because this soalan sebenarnya is the same as our Selangor punya module Pintas Set 1 2024. It was the same exact question. Okay, our module Pintas. So you will see that the answers is exactly the same. You see, larger spring constant able to withstand larger load. You see, the answer for M4 and M6 is the same one. Are we allowed to write the same? Yes. Okay, what spring pocket spring? It will be the other springs are not compressed. It's like individual spring. So therefore, your springs are all individual. Are we okay? Can I? Can. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, if you can screenshot lah. Okay, done. Okay, next. Let's come back to here. Guys, am I one of the teachers who like one of the fast teachers, like talk very fast, teach very fast? Yeah. Okay, great. No problem. Davin also very fast. Dear also rocket. Okay, fastest. Wow. Higher diameter of spring is lowest, but higher diameter of spring. Okay. Hazim. Okay, you see, when they say diameter of spring, right, they use the word, that thing means the coil. So you see, the main word here is actually not the spring, it's actually the wire and the coil. So when I don't like teachers when they use the word diameter of spring, you never say it's the diameter of the spring coil or the diameter of the spring wire. So based on your answer, Hazim, your that statement, right, adalah referring to the spring coil, which is this one. Based on your answer, spring coil is this one. Yeah, mine is like wire. Okay, can. Okay, can. All right. Diameter of what? Yes, correct, Hazim. Okay, can. Can Okay, so once you guys are done with this, so you can do this yourself. Okay, come on, guys. Let's go and see. Wow, we got Pascal principle lagi. Okay, can. All right. Hey, you guys sure we can extend until 4:30 or later you all don't leave lah. You all leave there. I very bored already. Can you 4:30 or Can Sure no one. Okay okay Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, guys, I'm actually just left with this part and just uh the whole entire uh Bernoulli principle. Okay, so we're gonna do our writing now lah. Okay. Now, okay, let's go. Now for form 5 chapter 2 pressure. Okay, biasanya we always have those gas atmospheric pressure. Hey, please lah, go study gas atmospheric pressure lah. Wait, please lah. Okay. So which means that you also need to know how to do your barometer, You also need to know how to do your manometer. You also need to know how to do the uh okay, Terry. Okay, can Terry. Okay, now. So manometer son, guys, son you self-study lah, must study lah. Okay, do it yourself lah. Okay, Pascal confirm everybody, literally every human being that I know says will come out Pascal principle. So kalau saya, I will make sure I'm like damn good professional in Pascal principle. Okay, but I'm doing another insurance. Insurance as in, what if it is not Pascal principle? Then I'm gonna guess is that the weird Bernoulli principle. Okay, so that will be my insurance. Okay, can okay. So usually in Pascal principle, what is the most important thing? So the essay, like for example, you need to Siyi, why you never send me? Siyi, I angry lor. Later you faster send me. You see, now only say. See, angry face already. Okay, now come on, continue. Okay. So in F1, F2, we got this small and big area. Okay, we got this small and big area. So guys, I want everybody to think out here properly. Okay, I want to do the 4 marks explain. How you explain how does a hydraulic jack work? Okay, how does a hydraulic jack work? Okay. Uh yeah. Okay, so now how does this work? Okay. So mainly you tekan, you press into a small area, you big area, then go out, right? Correct. So usually when we send this thing to the other side, okay, guys, when we send this thing to the other side, okay, what do we send? Do we send pressure or do we send pressure or we send force? Do we send pressure or do we send force? Do we send pressure or do we send force? Okay, now next. The answer is Pascal principle states that the pressure is transmitted equally in all directions. Guys, when you write F1 over A1 equals to F2 over A2, this datang daripada your pressure is equals to your pressure. Faham? So what we are sending is pressure, not force. Guys, I'm so pissed, man. Okay, it came from pressure equals to pressure. So that's why when we write this thing, right, now we got a lot of people say force. Okay, so now explain how the force F2 can lift a heavier car. Okay, so I already give you the first answer. So when the F1 is applied to the input piston, a large pressure is produced. Okay, so you think of. So because the area here is small, so F over A equals to PR. So we will purposely reduce the area to increase the pressure. But we cannot just say area. We must use the word cross-sectional area. Okay, because it's the this area, not the outside, but the surface cross-section area. Due to its smaller cross-sectional area. Okay, so the first part already said, I say the large pressure produce small cross-sectional area. Point number 2. Okay, guys, what's the point number 2? So now, if possible, we will write according to Pascal's principle, then we will throw in Pascal principle to their definition. So I will say 90% of the time, if you throw in definition, you might get extra marks. Might. Okay. So according to Pascal's principle, then you will say that the pressure is transmitted equally. Sorry, pressure in an closed fluid is transmitted equally to all directions. Okay, can. So this is just about the definition lah. Okay, then the third one, we can say hence the pressure acts across the larger cross-sectional area of A2. Okay, the pressure now acts across the larger cross-section of A2. You can even say A2 larger than A1. Okay, then after that, since the surface area A2 is much larger than A1. Okay, because you see, now your pressure go to this side already. So now this pressure is equals to F2 over A2. If the same pressure I multiply by A2, if your A2 is very big, your F2 will get very big as well. When your A2 very big, the force that you produce is also very big. So that's why, since the surface area of A2 is much larger than A1, so a larger force F2 will be produced to lift a heavier forwards. Okay. Guys, tengok. Now no more 6-7 already, now 6-5 already, guys. Yeah. Come on, everybody. Very tired. Guys, honestly, I think you all need to practice, improve your punya stamina. Like, the meaning of stamina is like how much you can learn in one day. Like, you guys learn like probably like, yeah, not only attention span, it's like how much you can take in. Sometimes you all learn like maybe one chapter, then your brain like sudah tak boleh. Then how, guys? How? Next time you have to learn more chapters in a day. Next time you have to do revision. Then how? How? Macam mana? Tak boleh lah. Okay, come on, guys. Let's continue. Okay. So fly, guys. I will fly. Okay. Now, so for this essay question, please, guys, please, make sure you do it properly, study it. Now we will go to our last Bernoulli punya question. Oh my god, guys. Okay. Oof. Two page. Okay, guys, I need a deep breath. Okay, now, so shows two balloons suspended by a thread at a distance of 12 cm. When air is blown between the two balloons, what will happen? Okay, guys, can you tell me, when I blow air across the two balloons, what will happen to the two balloons? Will they like separate or will they come closer together? Okay, very good. The answer is, okay, now you will see, okay, what will happen is, when you blow air in between them, okay, the velocity here will increase substantially. It will be very high velocity, according to your Bernoulli's principle. Okay, right here, according to Bernoulli's principle, when your velocity increase, your pressure become low, correct? Your pressure becomes low. So the middle part here will form a low pressure region. Then the tepi, which is much stronger, will technically push the balloon together. And when they push the balloon together, your balloon will seem to like get attracted to each other. Okay, So you will say that your balloon will come closer. The two balloons will become closer. Will come closer. Become closer. Pun boleh. Explain your answer. Okay, guys. Since there's only 3 lines here, this is a 3 marks question, but let's just expand it. We increase it until it becomes 4 marks. Okay. Yeah, so we make it so that it becomes 4 marks lah, huh? Okay, so ready, okay. So first of all, we have to talk about when you blow the air, right? So when you blow the air, the velocity will go faster, right? Correct. So we can say as air is blown across, you can say that the velocity of air between the balloons will increase. Okay, the velocity of air between the balloon will increase. Okay, guys, guess what's the second mark I will write? The pressure. That we yes. Okay, the second one is yes. Then we will write siapa cakap. Betul. Okay, because you see, when you link the velocity to the pressure, right? How do you know the velocity will affect the pressure? You don't know it, right? It's because Bernoulli said that, right? Yeah. So then we can throw it like according to Bernoulli principle. Bernoulli's principle. Then you write lor, when your velocity increase, the pressure decreases like that. Can? That was my third mark. Okay, my third mark will be velocity in closed container increases. So that one will be gas pressure already. So Hazim, that one is due to a collision of molecules. So that one is gas particles already. So that one is a different thing already. Yeah. So this one is usually open. That one is closed container. Yeah. Okay. Good point, Hazim. Hazim and Christina, which school are you guys from? Can I just know? Oh, Sri Ekmal. SBU is Bintang Utara, right? Okay, cool, man. Cool. Okay, now, so number 3, no, just very curious because I just want to know like my demographic because sometimes it's like online class, right? We might have like Sabah, Sarawak people, we might have other states also. Yeah. Okay, so okay, number 3, so now we will say so therefore the air pressure between the balloon decreases. So therefore that number 4, you can say that the high surrounding air pressure, because now just the between becomes low. So the high surrounding air pressure pushes the balloon together. Or you can say it produces a force that pushes the balloon together. Okay, Ken? Okay. Oh, guys, this is challenging, man. Okay, come on, continue. So aeroplane 25 Newton. Okay, guys, aeroplane wing. Okay, guys, aeroplane wing punya shape panggil apa? Yeah. It was flat shape. Ayo, ising. Gone lah. You go out, you don't tell people you kena JUNGHAO, shy, Yeah, the answer is aerofoil shape. Okay, the wing Why an aeroplane can fly is because the shape of the wing is like this, aerofoil shape. So when the aeroplane moves forward, you will realize that the air goes up and the air goes below it. So when the air goes on top, this part has higher velocity. How you know? Because it goes further ma. So kalau it goes very far, the velocity very high. So here you will have low pressure region, no? Then here you got low velocity, so therefore you will have high pressure, law, correct? Okay. If now the bottom part is high pressure, you will realize that the high pressure will push towards the low pressure. So kalau they push towards the low pressure, you will actually technically produce a force that push them up. Faham? Okay, ah? Yeah. So this hour force is the one that makes aeroplane fly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's the shape of the wing that makes it fly. Yeah. Okay, can. All right. So then after that, they call you to do something very lame here. They want you to calculate the mass of the aeroplane. 25,000 Newton. You have to divide by 9.812 because we're going to go from weight to mass. So we will divide 9.81. What happens to those layer all never come? And now also don't have. Then the !aiyo! 星期 why your friend all didn't come? 258. Okay, so that's 2548.42 Newton. Okay, yeah. I'm so mad. Okay. Or because tomorrow's Sejarah exam. Okay. Hey, KG. You see now I'm so mad. 2548.42. Okay, can I? Okay, let's continue, guys. I guess so. I guess it's considered like. Okay. Based on the following specs, give suggestions on how the airplane in the above diagram can fly higher and faster. Okay. Now, guys, so for the shape of the body, what is the shape of the body? Okay, we want the wing to be aerofoil to produce the lift force. But the body of it, like the kepala, I mean the head to the body, we will say aerodynamic. Okay, guys, you need to understand that aerodynamic and aerofoil is two different things. Okay, so this is aerodynamic, meaning to say it is used to reduce air resistance. Okay, so why air resistance? So that it will have a higher acceleration. So you can technically have higher acceleration value. Okay, what about the material of the body? So the material of the body will be what then, guys? Hey guys, I also allow if you write drag pun boleh. Okay, itulah masalahnya. We do not write the name of the material. Okay, the best answer you can write is low density, guys. Don't write light density, low density. Okay, so then your explanation will be so that you will have a lower mass. So if it's lower mass, then what happens? You can also say higher acceleration, or you can even say let's say for example, it will be strong can or not because okay, see guys, okay, a lot of people like to ask me here, teacher, I write strong can. Okay, you must read the question. It bergantung kepada the question. So this is fly higher and faster. So they never mention like this thing needs to go to war or what. Lighter is the most important. Okay, but if teacher, can I straight write lighter? Okay, lighter is not a physics term. Mass is a physics term. Can I say it becomes hot easily? Can I say it becomes hot easily? Cannot. If you want to say becomes hot easily, what would you say? You will say low specific heat capacity. Lighter? No. We will usually say low density, lower mass. So guys, sometimes this kind of stuff, right, is like if you change a few words, if you just change a few words, you will be able to make your answer sound more physically more convincing. You get what I mean? Not? Yeah. So obviously, you guys like to ask me, like, teacher, can I say this word? Can I say this word? Let me ask you, is that a physics word? If that's a physics word, then of course it's good lah. Okay, can. All right. Yeah. So yeah, can okay, so then what about guys? What about the surface area of the wing? Okay, since we want to have pressure so that you can produce more lift force, because your purpose here is you want to have this red color force, which is called the lift force. So you want to produce more force. So therefore, what must you do? You multiply your P multiply by A equals to F. You want more force means your area must be bigger lah. That's why automatically, right, guys, if you see if the aeroplane is very big, heavy, like besar dan berat, usually the wing is very, very, very like wide and large one, you know. But if your aeroplane is very small, then you don't need that much big of a wing. So the surface area is larger. You want to have a larger surface area. So therefore, to do what? To produce larger lift force. You are allowed to write lift only, but if you write lift force pun tak salah. Okay, can, all right. Okay, guys. More pressure difference. No, no, Jaden. The pressure difference is created due to your velocity. Correct or not? Velocity produce a pressure difference. So your surface area technically don't change the pressure. It changes the force. Yeah. So you see, Jaden, if today your first day in my class, right, you will realize that I saw the word very, very like very special. This word you said like careful like. Okay, Brandon cannot. Okay, guys, you see okay, again, if you write an answer like this, okay, guys, let me just say lah. Okay, I think many of you here, you guys have this assumption lah, guys. I'm guessing lah. In order to get correct, we try to write the answer as general as possible. Okay, Brandon, based on your answer, right? Your answer is very conservative, means that you try to write a general idea. So hopefully your teacher can accept. But physics is different. You must write very specific word. Okay, Piru, so you write, so to stabilize the body. It's like how aerodynamic can stabilize the body? How? What do you mean by that? So the answer is not like specific enough. Okay, your answer, Brandon, your answering technique lah, okay, currently is like, okay, let's say for example, if I ask you, why car must have seat belt? Okay, why car must wear seat belt? Then your explanation is for safety purpose. Will you give me this answer? Will you give me, Mark? Brandon? Yeah, lor. Because technically, the problem is you never tell me how it becomes safer. Okay, then some people punya style is they will write like this. To avoid injury. Can or not? Also cannot. Why? Because you never directly tell me the seat belt will affect what immediately. I want the immediately. Like, the seat belt will prevent the passengers being thrown out of the car due to its effect of inertia during braking. If you listen to my answer, I say again, prevent the passenger from being thrown out of the car due to the effect of inertia during braking. My answer will, like, definitely my teacher will stand and clap hand roll. Yeah, so that's why writing a better answer will increase your chance of getting A. Okay? Because you only get one chance. Okay, can okay, let's continue. But that's a good question, Brandon. Okay. Yeah. Brandon, I suspect, right? Do you speak Mandarin? Or you banana? Okay, I suspect, right? 很多时候 your answer 你翻译去华语 that's why your answer will become very general. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay, so that's something that you slowly will change one. You need to change. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. So guys, this is the sports car. So why a sports car needs to be this? Obviously, guys, you see some red color Ferrari I don't like that. Okay. Now, okay, last part for today already, guys. Last part already. So this is how the shape of the spoiler is. So this is the top part, this is the bottom part. So when the car moves forward, you will realize that the air technically flows across the top and the air flows across the bottom. Guys, can you tell me which air is faster? Which air is faster? Top or bottom? Bottom. So the velocity here increases. So here forms a low pressure region. So the top part has lower velocity, so you form high pressure region. So the high pressure region technically pushes all the way down to the low pressure region. Okay, towards the low pressure region. So you will generate something what we call down force. Yes. Okay, can. So this is the terbalik of an aeroplane wing. So we call this the inverted aerofoil. Terbalik is the terbalik of aeroplane. Instead of it goes up, this thing goes down. Okay, can. Okay, so explain how the difference in pressure is produced. All right, guys. Is it gonna be difficult? No. Okay, when the racing car is going fast, it remains due to the pressure difference. So, okay, guys, see my formula is like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We talk about velocity. We talk about Bernoulli principle. We talk about pressure. Who remember number 4 need to talk about what? The force? Nah. Okay, yes, we have to talk about the force, but there is a specific way, guys. The way you write it sangat penting. Okay. I see like got people write the answer that I want already. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, Ken. Very good, very good. Okay, now let's write this together first. Later I tell you what's the answer that I want. I don't want to tell you now. Too bad, guys. Okay, number 1, Okay, too bad, guys. Okay, number 1. First, we'll talk about this. So as the car moves forward, you will see that the velocity of air above the spoiler is lower. Okay, can because on top is lower because you want to produce pressure go down Bottom is curve so higher velocity Okay, can. Okay, now I want you all to tell me. Okay, so the velocity of air above the spoiler is lower. Guys, is this answer acceptable? Is this answer acceptable? Yes, correct. Never compare. lower than the velocity of air below the spoiler. Masalah about Bernoulli, guys, I tell you, I hate to do Bernoulli. It's because when you write this answer, you have to compare. It's like so many things to write, so pissing me off, man. But what to do? Okay, yeah. Okay, can okay, then we'll continue to the next one. Okay, then after that, second one. What about the Bernoulli principle? So then we'll just say, okay, so according to Bernoulli's principle, wait, guys. You write down the whole definition yourself. Now I curi tulang so high velocity, pressure low okay. So we skip lah, okay. My hand a bit tired already, my muscle also pain already. Okay, so according to Bernoulli principle, the definition higher velocity will causes the pressure of the fluid to decrease. That yeah. Third one. Okay, the third one is going to be talking about the pressure. So therefore, the pressure of air on top above the spoiler is higher than pressure below the spoiler. So we're comparing the pressure. Okay. Shortcut exam, you write long cut can already. Okay. Come on, guys, faster. I'm very excited already. We're going to reach the end already. Whoa, come on. Okay, the air above the spoiler is higher than the pressure below the spoiler. So therefore, the pressure difference. Okay. And then last but not least, number 4. What do we need to write? Okay, the answer is, you can say the difference in pressure. So guys, I want you to tell me the difference in pressure. Exam you don't write 1, 2, 3, 4. In exam you don't write 2, 3, 4. I whack you okay. Don't write 1, 2, 3, 4 in exam. Don't okay. So the difference in pressure produces a downward force, okay, or a force that acts downwards to increase stability. You must tell me that there's a difference in pressure. So one side higher, one side lower, one side pressure bigger, one side pressure smaller. The pressure difference produces the force. Okay, can. And then of course now, okay, guys. So while at this point of view, okay, guys, we have to like increase our speed sikit cepat sikit Okay, so just now remember I talked about the F1 car. Guess what, Hong Ye? Cannot. The purpose of your spoiler is to not increase the friction. If let's say you increase friction, then we will as well just use sandpaper make the tire. 就 friction 很多了嘛 Okay, cannot. Okay, so guys, we just talk about this, right? So the answer okay, I can share with you the answer first. So the answer sebenarnya is like this. Okay, you will be able to see that we have lower mass of the car, we have aerodynamic shape, we have you see guys, by the way, more faster is the wrong answer. Then the tire must be bigger. Here you want to increase the stability of the car, technically can, or you can say what? I mean, so because the tire of the car have no choice, what's the purpose of the tire? Why the tire must be bigger? So stability. Okay, this one you can. Or you can say increase surface area also can. Increase surface area. Larger spoiler, increase the difference in pressure. And then after that, so you have aerofoil songsang, terbalik, inverted. So therefore, you produce the pressure downwards. Okay, see guys. Of course, answer there's a lousy answer. Like to avoid car from flip over. So lousy punya answer. To one now be right. So that to the velocity of air above is low and high, then you can produce the pressure. So this answer is so much better. Okay, can. All right. So therefore there's a difference. Okay, last question for today. Let's talk about the calculation. Okay. Now guys, before we end our day, guys, if you had an awesome time today and you enjoyed the class today, okay, whether after that you got join my class or not, tak penting, guys. Okay. Now, I hope you all can drop me a follow on my Insta channel, or you can also follow me on my YouTube, because I will want to do more, how to say, uh essay questions in my YouTube channel as well. Okay, Brandon, same thing again, Brandon. The body, the body is aerodynamic, but the spoiler is aerofoil. So Brandon, 你不可以 and generalize everything. And of course, Brandon, road car and F1 car also different, but okay, road car and F1 car is different, but if let's say you want road car, your papa's car, your papa car will drive 200 kilometers, oh, won't ma. So does your papa car need a spoiler? No need lah. So at that point, do you want downforce? No need lah. You just want aerofoil. You just want aerodynamic, reduce air resistance so that the car can go faster. Siap. But if you are racing car you want to so that it's stable, so that you will be able to turn at higher speed. So therefore, that's different lah. Okay can Okay, let's continue Okay, next. Okay, so last one, guys. Okay, so now the pressure. Okay, the area is 0.35 meters square. The pressure above is 2,500 Pascal. The bottom is 1,000 Pascal. So this is my area. Calculate the downward force acting on the spoiler. Okay, so what we're going to do is P equals to F over A. Okay, again. Okay, now faster guys. Cepat punya. Okay. So my area is 0.35. Can you tell me what is my pressure that I need to sub here? I put 1,000. Or do I put 2,500? Which one, guys? Very confusing, you all. Oh, okay. Macam got point, you all. So what we usually do is that we will minus off, right? Correct? Why? Because we want to find the pressure difference, right? All right, now, okay. So yeah, so therefore we take 2,500. We will minus this with 1,000 Pascal. Okay. So ultimately, we will have the pressure to be 1,500 equals to F 0.35, so that my force will now become why minus Okay, Christina, why will you have a downward force? Because of the difference in pressure. Not just pressure, because you have a difference in pressure. So when you have a difference in pressure, what do you do to the two pressure? You minus it lah. Okay, can. All right. So therefore, 1,500 multiplied by 0.35. So my pressure here is, my force here is 525 Newton, which means that this thing produces an additional 500 Newton that goes down to push this car downwards so that it's more stable. So therefore, there you go, 525 Newton. Are we okay? Yes, can okay. Now guys, okay, let me give you all some saranan, like advice, okay. So whatever that's here, like all these Archimedes punya calculation, okay, please do it. Very important. Buoyant force V rho G must do. Pascal principle punya essay question, please go and do it as well. All right. Okay, guys, can. So if you all need more like topical questions or whatever, right? Okay, guys. Yeah. So wait Yeah, so okay, before we end, do you have any questions first? Do you have any other questions, guys? No, no. Okay, Hong Yi got something to ask me. Okay, guys, I think right, you all should go and do more state paper, especially for your midterm exam for now. Yeah. So guys, I will try to share more essay questions at in my in my Insta, on my YouTube and everything. Hopefully. No, Hong Yi, no. It's not because it can break more efficiently. It has to be inverted, so you produce more downforce. 就是 downforce. Okay, versus it can break more efficient is nothing. I can tell you, right, guys, every time when I see student write this word, so that it is more efficient, I tell you lah, guys, if you write more efficient, I know that you tak tahu, then you simply use this word. The word more efficient, right, is a very low self-confidence word because you cannot describe, right? That's why you write efficient. Correct. If you can, you will describe it. Streamline is usually used to describe water. Streamline is more to water. Like for example, submarine, we will say streamline shape. Cars will say aerodynamic shape. So it's a different. Okay, Ken. All right. Now, so guys, I think it's quite good. We are quite efficient today. We managed to do quite a lot. So if you guys got no further problem, I'm very glad that everybody stayed until the end. We got 6, 7 people today. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you guys again. So thank you. Tired, right? Okay, go rest. So good night, everybody. Okay, good night. Bye bye. Which state people? Okay, Pooja. Um, that is okay. I know, right? There are a lot of people who say like, oh, you must do what state, what state. Pooja, I tell you, it's fake one. uh Actually, right, the state that it comes out, right, is random, completely random one. Puja, if next time you want, right, I can provide you evidence. Like SPM will take from other random states. Those people who say like this state important, right? Those people, they just, I don't know. I feel like they purposely want people to read the wrong thing. Yeah. So if you have the state papers, right, you compare, like you see SPM, right, sometimes will come out Selangor, sometimes will come out Kedah, sometimes will come out Perak, sometimes come out Johor, sometimes come out Penang. So it's like random one. Yeah. So it's very hard to say what state. But I think Malaysia got 13 states only lah. So if you do, let's say, 13 state paper, you do 2 tahun to 3 tahun, it's less than 50. You can finish it in 1 year. Okay, Ken? All right. So it's not that much. So if you guys got no problem, sampai sini sahaja. Okay. Wensi, I tell you. Okay. Bye bye.